When it comes to achieving something, mindset is everything, and creating a success mindset is crucial for achieving your goals. The mindset of high achievers is not a mystery anymore, but they do know a few things that we don't, which is exactly the reason why those people get into really high positions in life. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. With all that done, let's uncover the mysteries. In order to be a high achiever, you need to begin with discovering something that matters to you the most. It should be something that would excite you so much that you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. The key point about high achievers is the fact that they do have a very strong drive to really push themselves harder to get to their goals consistently, and that brings us to consistency. So you think that high achievers are successful in their life because they are extremely talented and they might even be privileged? Well, that's far from truth, because the secret recipe for any kind of success might not be hard work or their talent alone, because let's face it, you might have known successful people that are not as talented as you are and still they are at a much better position than you are at currently, and this has to do with consistency. There are so many reasons why high achievers think consistency is the reason why they're able to succeed in life. Consistency helps develop discipline and self-control. It will also help to build a high level of trust. There is no doubt about the fact that being consistent with something will always help build momentum. Think about it, even Rome was not built in a day. Things take time. Consistency will also help you track your progress over time, and while doing so, you also develop a sense of accountability. This way, you'll be able to adjust your actions and behaviors and keep progressing towards what you want to achieve. Consistency is not that hard. You need to start with small steps, and this is exactly where most people get it wrong. They tend to take big steps all at once, and they will fail to execute their plan because they'll be completely demotivated because of all those unnecessary and unrealistic expectations they had about themselves. To be a lot more consistent, you can also create a plan, because if you don't measure your progress, it'll be very difficult for you to stay consistent. You also need to make better use of your free time. In the end, it's all about using your time wisely, and that brings us to our next point. Time waits for no one. Did you ever feel that time was going a lot faster than you wanted it to be? Well, this makes time a very precious asset, because time is something that everybody has in common, irrespective of whether you're rich or poor. The high achievers clearly know that time is extremely precious. Time is what allows them to read, learn, eat, and sleep, so time is a very precious resource. High achievers give time for everything they consider to be important, whether it be getting to their goals or spending time with their family and friends. High achievers also don't spend their time convincing people as to why they're right, but at the same time they spend their time networking to increase their odds of success on something that they're working on. You might have so many distractions, especially in a world like ours today, where we're hooked onto social media and we are bombarded with social media notifications. The truth is, there's something that might distract you every time, especially if you're trying to get real work done. Yes, these distractions are very difficult for you to cut out completely, but your dependence on technology can be reduced if you really want to for some time and devote that newly found time for yourself. Time is limited at the same time. It happens to be the greatest resource that you will ever have. Everyone has a chance at making the most of the time they've got, but at the same time, it's very easy for you to waste your time and lose a lot of it if you're not careful with it. Do less talking. Now, this might sound like a cliche, but hear us out. We all set goals, especially New Year resolutions, and right now, the year is about to end, and look at what happened to your New Year's resolution today. The difference between high achievers and not so successful people is the ability to set a goal and walk through the finish line, because most people don't make it till the end, which is why you don't see so many successful people around you. If you want to get something done today, you need to keep a deadline so that you'll get things done. The idea about doing something is a lot easier than the execution part, and the only cheat code to success is that you get your goals by being consistent and also acting upon what you want to achieve in your life. If you're somebody who's interested in developing your career, or you want a new position or a promotion at your current workplace, the best course of action or the best thing that you could do is to behave as though you already have the job you want. No, we're not talking about just physically dressing up for the job you want, but you can mimic others who are in that position, and you might be motivated to get to where you want to be. and your desire for that thing that you want to achieve will eventually end up being a reality. Yes, we all have difficult times sticking to our goals, and it's really hard for a lot of people, but the best part about it being hard is the fact that if it were easy, everybody would have done it. So if you're willing to work hard on your goals, when it comes to acting upon them, success will be your roommate, or else success will be your neighbor next door. Investing in yourself. You might have heard about everybody talk about how you need to start investing at a very young age. Well, most of the time they talk about monetary investments, but hear us out. Yes, monetary investments are very necessary and they are a very important tool for you to build wealth over time. But the other way to build wealth or become a high achiever is if you invest in yourself. In the end, it's always about you and it's not about what you own. If you do have a lot of money in your bank account, or if you did graduate from the top university, none of that will mean anything if your mental health is in trouble or if you're not physically fit. Successful people or high achievers are not talented people or gifted people. They simply are willing to work on themselves for a longer period of time, and they know that failure is a part of the process. When you focus on yourself by investing in yourself, by learning a lot more new things, especially when it comes to financial education or just education in general, that will boost your career. You'll have a lot more time and energy to increase productivity both at work and your personal life, and this will help you yield a lot more revenue. You will also be able to add a lot more value to yourself and others around you. Unlike every other investment that you know today, investing in yourself is never risky because it will always pay off and nobody can take it from you. Everyone has to offer something. The mindset of high achievers is wired in such a way that they learn things from everybody and not just specific people, because the truth is everybody has got something to offer, whether it be the CEO of a company or a very random person that you met on your commute to work. We all live our lives differently, so we all have different stories to tell. High achievers know that every moment is an opportunity to grow, and the more you're able to connect with people, the more you will understand what is going on around you, and you will have a clear mental picture of where you want to get in life. So the more people you meet and learn from, the more you grow, and the better you become at everything you do, which is a perfect recipe for being a high achiever. There is no doubt that networking does help you advance in your career and give you access to a lot more opportunities when you're exchanging information, advising others, and supporting others on their journey. High achievers focus on networking because it will allow them to learn new things they might not have known otherwise. So yes, everybody has something to offer, and you need to focus on that part of your life if you want to be among those few percent of high achievers. So to sum things up, you need to create a system that will allow you to get to where you need to be. Your goals will be different from the others, so your planning should also be different from the others. Completion-centric planning is what high achievers do to get to where they want to be. You need to chase your goals with fierce determination, and you will also need a system that will help you get to your goals. These strategies are going to be different for everyone else, and once you find out your strengths and weaknesses, you'll be surprised at what you can achieve. And that's a wrap for today's video. What do you think is the mindset of a high achiever? Do let us know in the comment section below, because we would love to hear from you all. Consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this one, and while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. That's about it for today. We hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, smash that like button and we'll meet again in the very next one.